Hey everybody, my name is David and I am an actor and I perform a play about my life growing up called The Boy Who Would Be Captain Hook. Now I usually perform in a big theater like this, but sometimes I also perform in school auditoriums or even school gymnasiums and cafeterias. The big thing is I normally perform for lots of kids, and that is great. Sometimes I even get to perform on a big set like this. But with this new normal we have, I'm adapting to perform here in this computer screen. And that's okay. I still get to create the beauty of my art. I just adapt and do things a little differently. And my show is a lot about adapting, just like all of us are having to do these days. Now I know you're wondering, how do I do this? How do I perform a play in a computer? Well, the kind of play I do is called a solo play. The solo play means there's one actor, me, but it doesn't mean there's only one character. I get to play lots of different characters, like my mom. You do not want to see the end of that. I also get to play my dad. I'm terrible at waiting! So I get to use a mixture of live and recorded video to play lots of different characters by changing my voice and using gestures. And some characters that you, the audience, I will need your help to create. And as I said, my play is about my life growing up. You see, I was born without my right hand, and when I was a kid, I wore a hook like this. And when I was in school, some kids weren't very nice to me. Like the character in my play, Cliff Tankersley. He would say things like, "Today we're going to play two-handed touch football." You see, Cliff Tankersley would pick games that required you to have two hands, so I couldn't play. It didn't feel good to not be included. In fact, the one thing I wanted was just to be included with all the other kids on the playground. Now, our teacher tells Cliff Tankersley that he has to include me, and he decides that we could play Peter Pan, and I could be Captain Hook. And it feels so good to be included, but I realize that it's not just being included that I want, it's to be a hero too. So my play is about the journey I go on to realize that my disability, my right hand, my hook, well, these are just one of the many, many differences that make me, me. This is a story for the times we're in, a story that reminds us that we always have to adapt to challenges, and the challenges and difficult circumstances we face do not define us. I am not defined by this one thing. There are many different parts that I can play with and without my hook. And in my play, the other kids in the playground, well, they learn that there are many differences that make them who they are. And if we include others that look differently than us, or maybe do things a little differently than us, then we realize that we all have many parts that we can play, and we can find many ways of being heroes together. I hope I get to perform my play for you, and we can go on amazing adventures together.